When you buy a condo, like in this building here in DC, you get a chance to look over a lot of information. So it's important how you decipher that. And that's what we'll talk about today. Hey, welcome back to another Coffee with Coleman, where we love to discuss DC, real estate, and business. Today I'm going to be going over the condo document review period for Washington, DC. So when you're buying a condo, you're going to have a chance to look through all of the paperwork that they have put together. Whether it's a new construction, you would have about 15 days to look through everything. And if it's a resale, so you're buying it from somebody else, you're going to have 3 business days. And during that time, you're going to look through 5 basic things. The first is making sure that everything that they told you about the place is true. So are those fees correct? Are there any special assessments coming up? Next, I'm going to look over the budget. And there's a few things I'm looking for in the budget. The first is there an appropriate amount of reserve funds? So have they been saving up money for a rainy day fund in the event that the roof doesn't like a rainy day? They also want to make sure that the balance sheet's right. So is the money each year going in and out about where they want it to be? Are they saving money? Are they spending way too much over budget each year, which means they'll probably be changing the fees at some point to make those numbers match up? And also you're gonna want to understand if there's delinquencies in the building. So are people not paying their dues? Because if they aren't, eventually you will be. The third thing I'm looking over when I'm going over the condo docs is there a reserve study? This is more in line for like medium and larger size buildings. Smaller buildings don't typically do it, but they can and maybe should. And about every 5 years, a building should be doing a reserve study, meaning they're looking at all the components of the building, seeing how much expected life pieces have, and then budgeting for replacement of those things. So when the day comes to replace it, it's not a surprise, and we've made that plan for it. The fourth thing I'm looking for is the bylaws and the rules. This comes along like, do you have a pet? You have a cat, dog? Well, make sure that they accept cats, dogs, pets, hamsters, whatever you have. Also, are you planning on eventually renting out the space? Because if you are, you're going to want to make sure you know what the rental restrictions are. Some buildings have very tight rental restrictions, some have loose. And if that's a plan, you're going to want to double check those, even if they told you one thing during that review period, to make sure it all lines up. Because it's on you at the end of the day to follow the rules once you've purchased the property. And the last thing, and this kind of, I believe it used to be in the contract and maybe it has disappeared, maybe it'll show back up, maybe I just didn't see it in the right spot. But if you can get a copy of the meeting minutes from the last condo meeting, that's a really good way to get some insider information. What are they talking about? Are there concerns? Are there issues? And this way you can get a little bit of a breath into exactly what you're looking into when getting into the building. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions about your condo docs, certainly reach out to me. And if I can't answer them, then we can sync you up with the people that are running the building and can get you all the answers that you need to get. So thanks again for stopping by for another Coffee with Coleman. Cheers.